Washington football team versus Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Now, this defense for the Eagles very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
It was an absolutely dominating shutdown performance for them because they shut down the run, they shut down the pass. I think at one point the question was whether or not they could actually hold them to negative yardage for the entire game. That's how well they played. I don't know if those numbers can carry over to this one, but they do expect to play at a high level.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
But Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They got some guys who might need a year or 2 on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
The numbers for Sanders last week, 18 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Here's Hurts to throw. Dancing to his left. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there and in the process picks up the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. Touchdown, Eagles!
Stop in here!
Devontae Smith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has a little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now Wentz on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 20. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm not sure it made a difference on that play, but one thing to keep in mind, here in the early part of the year during a day game, the sun does play a factor on deep balls.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Finding some room at midfield. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz completes it to Samuel. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st down, it's Gibson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards there, 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another 1st down. Wentz going to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now a play fake. Wentz. Thomas has got it, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd down and goal. Wentz to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. kick is indeed good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense.
And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong, only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. And I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turn into a heck of a DB, though, partner.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Cameron Curl with the tackle that time.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hurts.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz. This will be caught at Samuel. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On the move to his left. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd and goal. Wentz looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Logan Thomas,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Flushed it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Throwing is Hurts.
He's going deep for Brown. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
The extra point hitting the right upright, but it caroms home, and they will take a 7-point lead.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
He's got Smith here. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
But first down, Hurts. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Buying time to his left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 30.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about. Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Boston Scott, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. First possession of the 2nd half now for Washington. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Here's Wentz to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Sims. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Gibson again. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped it. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. There he goes, left side. He's at the 30. 10.
Get off the field.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 62 yards. And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. So a pretty wild turn of events there. Instead of a sure 3 points, it's 6 the other direction.
And if you're kicking in the NFL, that should be pretty much automatic, but I don't think that's on him at all. The protection broke down. That led to the block.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Out to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Fletcher Cox, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Hassan Reddick able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Throwing now is Wentz. That's caught by Sims. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Hassan Reddick getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Wentz. And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. Washington on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 15. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Rolling to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Cam Sims. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim.
and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another run here with Sanders. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Hurts down to 1 knee, and that should just about do it.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Eagles, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.